Welcome back to America's Horse.
You know, we've been looking at open competition, and now we're going to take a look at some amateur competition. And Dick, what's the difference?
Well, the general difference is that the amateur is one who owns and shows his own horse, or the horse is owned by a member of the immediate family.
And the amateur competition is the fastest growing division in the quarter horse industry right now. Yearling fillies world champion, barefoot and poised, Virginia Keeter.
In the 2-year-old filly competition, Lois Lane the winner, shown by Michael Ellsworth.
And for the 3-year-old mare world championship, KC Ain't She Peppy. And the age mare champion, KATELLA, out of Waring, Texas, shown by Carol Scroggins.
In the yearling geldings, Some Handsome Stranger, shown by Kathy Wiley.
And the world champion for 2-year-old geldings, Decker Impressi.
In the 3-year-old geldings, it was American Dandy Jim, shown by Marley Clark.
And claiming the world title for the age geldings, skips Chapter 2, Oklahoma horse from Owasso, Jenny Patterson showing.
In the yearling stallions, double the money, won it for Ann Davey.
289.
And the 2-year-old stallion world champion, shown by Suzanne Mustard.
In age stallion competition, it was Wamp's Perfect Pine with Christy Raleigh.
And still among the amateur world champions, now to the performance classes, calf roping winner, Jet Bear. And for hunt seat equitation, I'm Impressive King, 5-year-old sorrel gelding.
In the trail horse event, it was Freckles Rocket, shown by Tricia Parker.
That was a 19-year-old sorrel gelding. In reining, Rosetta Oak was the world champion, a 4-year-old bay mare. Marilyn Harris aboard.
40 entries in this big class.
And in pleasure driving, Snow Rise, the world champion, a 7-year-old red dun mare. And for Western riding, the world championship going to Jan's Smoky Pine, a 13-year-old black gelding.
In Western pleasure, it was Ima Triple's Image, ridden by Simone Mosier.
Hunter under saddle world champion, the 5-year-old gray gelding, Jennifer Williamson aboard.
Back to the roping box. In heading competition, it was Doc's Traybar with John Hagler riding.
5-year-old bay gelding claiming the world title. And on the other side of the cow, the heeling world champion in amateur, Madam Miss Joe, an Iowa horse from Council Bluffs, 7-year-old sorrel mare. Nice job by Greg Barrier.
Western horsemanship competition, the winner was Nancy Murfin from Wichita, Kansas.
A familiar name and showing world champions, 3rd world championship for Wells Sport Model and Murfin.
Then in Hunter Hack, Jane Hossack from Florida winning this championship.
And for the jumping amateur world championship, the St. Louis Woman, a 10-year-old chestnut mare. Nice ride by Dolly Anderson.
Chasing the poles again, and Judy Keys did it to the championship on Go On Gold.
10-year-old Palomino gelding. And then the barrel racing winner, Bars of Joy, Sheila Kinslow from Stewart, Oklahoma, 15-year-old brown gelding.
Winning the amateur cutting was Gary Gradke with Santasy.
9-year-old sorrel gelding, also the amateur cutting champion in '85 and the senior champion in 1983.
And what a special thrill to win this world championship in the working cow horse for Bonnie Christensen on Ebony Power, a lady who had not ridden horses since her childhood, but then, a short time ago, decided to start again.
I haven't ridden for 30 years. I mean, other than cooling a horse out or, you know, just loping around a little bit. And so I had to get my balance back. And it took a little while. I still haven't got it all the way yet.
Well, it looked pretty good the other night.
Thank you.
You didn't necessarily go after the easiest horse show class to compete in, though.
No. The horse did those events, so I thought maybe I might try them and, you know, see what I could do. So.
Was he the first horse you tried to do working cow horse competition with?
Right. First time I went down the fence was really something.
Was it?
Yeah, it was. It was an experience. So.
You had a feeling that maybe he knew a little more about it than
Terry said, just, you know, take him down the fence and drop the reins, and he'll turn back on the cow, and that's what I did, but I was going quite fast, and it took me by surprise. I didn't think I was going to crack back that fast.
But she hung right in there and did it just right to win that championship. And that's certainly an example of a family horse.
And the winner again of the World Championship, Ebony Power, Bonnie Christensen aboard from Snohomish, Washington. 15-year-old black gelding, the world champion. It was a fine performance, and so was this one, the Working Hunter World Champion. Come on in. Paris Hughes from Burleson, Texas aboard this 12-year-old brown gelding, which was going to do more than just win a world championship in Working Hunter, because this horse turned out to be Levi's all-around amateur winner. The 23-year-old Paris Hughes, having ridden Come On In to the World Championship in Working Hunter, also managed to get a 5th place finish in Hunt Seat Equitation. Did not place under Hunter under saddle, but got the Reserve World Championship in Hunter Hack, and that totaled up to 25 points. Runner-up was Daily Sleeper from Riviera Beach, Florida, and the 3rd place horse, 7S Command from Sapulpa, Oklahoma. And we'll be back with more right after these messages. You know, it's been a very exciting month in the quarter horse world, but we're learning that every month is exciting, and certainly with our special edition show tonight, we've got the World Championships right here in Oklahoma City, but a lot of other things have taken place that have been very good too, like some excellent major races. And the first race we look at, the Governor's Cup Derby from Los Alamitos Racecourse. It was for California-bred 3-year-olds with a gross purse of $200,000. $90,000 winner's share for the owner, George Haddett of Costa Mesa, California. And coming down the stretch, I.O.U. Me, $90,000 for crossing the finish line first. And just barely in the lead. But enough for $90,000 to George Haddett, I.O.U. Me. And now we go to the Las Damas Handicap, a Grade 1 race on November 22nd, 3 years and older, the fillies and the mares, with a total of $54,300 in the purse. You saw the number 6 horse, Flow of Cash. This horse will win by a nose, very, very close, and will give the ownership team of Phillips, Wood, and Rudisill from Frisco, Texas, $31,800. Watch the finish. Oh, so close, but aren't so many of them right there. The winner, really, by just a nose. Time, 19.84 seconds. Now, the KATELLA Handicap, back at Los Alamitos, November 28th. And this one different from what you've seen because this is a race over a course of 870 yards. CALYX, the number 5 horse, will set a new track record. This 4-year-old stallion will run the 870 yards in a time of 44.41 seconds, and the old record was 44.54. And watch the finish here as CALYX comes home with the win, because really, under a hard drive, that track record might have dipped down even lower than the winning time of 44.41 seconds. Watch the finish here on November 28th at Los Alamitos, the KATELLA Handicap. There's the drive, into the lead for CALYX right here. Under a hard drive, now the pull-up and almost coasting across 44.41 seconds, a new track record, White Oaks Ranch out of Lake Hughes, California, the owners of CALYX. Now we move to the Sunland Fall Derby, Sunland Park, November 30th, a race for 3-year-olds. Watch the number 8 spot. Cola Diabla is the horse. Total purse of $30,000. Cola Diabla was the fastest qualifier, owned by Ronald Orr of Duncan, Oklahoma. Cola Diablo will run it in a time of 21.69 seconds and take the winner's share of just under $15,000, $14,937. Watch the finish right here, and just hanging on, Cola Diablo to win it. The Sunland Fall Derby. And our final race, the Budweiser Derby. It was at Turf Paradise on November 22nd with a gross purse of over $111,000. And a horse here that has had a marvelous career, 6 Fortunes, owned by Chris and Charlene Cox of Austin, Texas, will win $44,571 in covering the 440 yards at a time of 21.5 seconds. And that boosts the earnings for its career to over $500,000. 6 fortunes the winner. Those were the races. Now, back here at the World Championship Quarter Horse Show, the World Championship Show Sale had a total of 319 quarter horses auctioned for more than $1 million. That's an average of $3,400 a horse. The sale produced by Outfront Sales Company of El Reno, Oklahoma, 319 horses going for more than $1 million.